say I walk up out the door. Fuck everybody, cause if you ain't UPK, I ain't worried about you. I got a lot on my mind and only class can save me. So you know me, I'm first class, feeling educated. Okay, I go by my mission. Then the shouted in the world's walk to me with intention. She said she know about the school, and like my music, she listen. She said she trying to come in, but her sis keep her distant. I told her Charlotte the water, SHALAM, I see her. Trying to see if she on game, if that tongue looking decent. She said Shalom, Yahweh Allah Bahashim Yahweh Shah. She got real on me. She's caught between the fire. It's really in her mind. It's easy to be evil. Secrets inside of me. Don't let her see me wasted. Don't let her see me down. Don't let her see me fake it. Truly I wanna do right. I caught this you for real. I should've known you was trying. And to lock it off the real, I was caught in my mind. And if you know it, then come in. You gotta add it and all. Don't be afraid to change your ways. Be afraid of your dime. I mean, you see how to attend. What sense keep it by? She said drinking, smoking, that's something she do all the time. Homegirls ain't really shit, but they the nearest ones by. One got too many niggas, and the other bitch by. I said, damn, try separating. Get educated. She said I said try harder with an exclamation. You gotta fight temptation and have some patience. She said it's boring, I like clubbing and getting hella wasted. That's them demons that start up all of them legions in you. Once you throw, that gay bitch gon' try to eat your pudding. Once you throw, that whole bitch gon' try to bring some niggas, and you'll fall every time. Or am I assuming? I say I'm with you, shouting, or you with yourself? I can help you, baby, but can you help yourself? You say you know a little something, but do you believe or what? You know what sins all around, put that wisdom first. She said the water, I oughta be following you the realest. With my Bible and head wrap modest the pig. I say no sweat, take my number down, and don't call me, I see you around. She's caught between the fire. It's really in her mind. It's easy to be evil. Secrets inside of me. Don't let her see me wasted. Don't let her see me down. Don't let her see me fake it. Truly I wanna do right. Shalom, Israel with the I.S.U.P.K. Started off in 1 West 125th Street. We teach black and Hispanic and Native Indians the Bible, and they are the lost 12 tribes of Israel. So knock. I shall go get the dough. I look up, see sis dressed head to toe. Yeah, I smile, and the rest was a rap. You gotta get inside the school to know what happened after that. Shalom.
We have a gift that nobody can see, that was handed over to us to do something amazing. Take the gift, man. Take the gift. Take the gift, man. And let the Most High work in you to do something you have never believed.
I ain't even impressed what you expect. You see this shit? Hold on, there's 1 West on my chest.
1 West world, that's it.
Fucking street code, little priest law. No stain, break dang with the leash off. I ain't nothing of this world, I need a respawn. I just know they wish that I would stop, but I keep going. These fringes on my calf like a tube sock. I used to stuff the loose ones in my shoebox. And we came a long way from the curbside. Now we looking from the top from a bird eye. And I can't leave my brother on the battlefield. Lord, let the hell rain, we gon' see who real. And you know they gon' hate when they see a plate. So imagine what they doing for $250,000. And we really the only ones going to war. You niggas just be talking like y'all won the war. I made love to this truth and there's no divorce. My Spanish mommy call me Poppy like a corner store. Let me show you how to do it. Said he living by the word, I think it's time he proved it. I think you better use your head before you fucking lose it. And say the acting for the camera, this is not a movie. I pray to God I don't fall off. I ain't nothing like y'all. Niggas think they slime, cut their head off a python. Blame me for my outlook, never counted the lookouts. The world said I wasn't shit, but look how I turned out. Not so bad, huh? Why you mad, huh? We go hard, but go harder for the have-not. Listen, when that oil hit your leg, then you can't stop. Your feet better hit the ground running, this shit bedrock. Waking up the people, that's the job for a priest. Hopped out the wheel, fringes swinging like a pendulum. You heard of the tribes, where the fuck you think they get it from? Look, I'm a soldier, get the order, then I get it done. Got some big shit to split the water, make these niggas run. Why you hurt? If I told the truth, then I showed you love. Let me prove it. Wanna move right? Let me show you how to do it. Let me show you how to do it. Said he living by the word, I think it's time he proved it. I think you better use your head before you fucking lose it. And save the acting for the camera, this is not a movie.
Don't step over the line though. Everybody, anybody, it's up for everybody. And that's I got bigger fish to fry. I got people to save. I ain't even on a rap, so I already beat the rap shit.
Good night. Hey, 1 second. Shalom, Yabashan Shabrakatam, all the brothers, Yawar Shamar, Latam Basham Yoshai, all the sisters. Understand we here for another episode of One West Ground Zero Radio with Officer 1000 Nadiar and myself, the host, doing the most. Your favorite priest from the East, the best indeed from the West Indies, Salaki, also 500 Barak Yala. What's going on, other one?
Hey, what's going on? Shalom, Israelite. Understand what's going on? What's going on, priest?
Oppressed as usual.
Yeah, come.
Like, they barely drink a sparkling soda.
Oppressed is
Without
the damn
being
devil.
Damn right. The oppressor is such a devil, he don't even want the truth to be brought out. Right? Before we get into the episode today, outside I and myself were the library as we are every Saturday to teach our people, right, how to do right, to let them know what's going on around this planet, you understand, and how to change their lives. And that time is short. What is it? 10 minutes, 15 minutes into the class, some idiotic white boy came by the window. I don't know, he did with some sodomitish behavior, putting his lips on the window, blowing good night. Listen, I don't even know how to explain it. He's just being Esau, the most profane fornicator, on the window. Right? 10 minutes later, security comes to the door while we teaching class. That's why I left the class up so y'all can see for yourselves. You understand? They came, and that's when the class was clipped. They said we were not allowed to teach the truth. You understand? We were not allowed to let our people know that they're the real Jews the Bible speaks of, that this war is going to spread over the four corners of the earth, and that they better come into the I.S.U.P.K before it does. You understand? And this reminded me of the Maccabees. We were not even allowed to call ourselves Jews. It's a lot, yeah, one.
Come, priest, you understand? And it's something that I'm looking into it, because what they did, they're not supposed to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna read something right quick, right? You could put this in on Google and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Say, Apple, can library in Montreal refuse room concerning religious content? Because they came up and they say, well, you're not allowed to teach about the religion, the Bible, and whatnot. And we are not a religion neither. You understand? We are a school. You understand? But when you put that on Google, you understand? Salakia. Let me put it in English, Salakia, because I have it in French. No, a library in Montreal cannot refuse. I got it
right here. I'm gonna share my screen. There you go. That's what you wanted.
Yeah. So like, you know what I'm saying? Can you read it, please? Because you got it.
Kawakan. There's a public library in Montreal generally cannot refuse to rent out rooms solely because the room's purpose is religious, as this could be seen as religious discrimination under Canadian human rights laws. Are you telling me that we have a lawsuit on the way?
Yeah, come. That's what.
Hey, listen. You know what's biblical about this? Because the Most High answers our prayers. For how long Officer Baja was asking for a lawsuit? I was about to pray, can we get a lawsuit so we could get some funds to open the school, so we could get a building. It's a lot, y'all the one.
You understand? And this is the main thing, because you understand, like they violated, you understand, our human rights. You understand? our human right, because this is in the Canadian human right laws. You understand? They cannot refuse the room because of religious purposes. You understand? And this is what they came up. You understand? They even have a paper, you understand, like on the table say, well, no religious purposes, don't use the room for that. But this is against the law itself. So is the, you understand, is Mark Favreau library above the law? So
Damn right. Is the library above the Canadian law? Imagine that. Salakia. Good night. Hey, listen. Yeah. Listen, you better empty the treasury of the library to isupk.com. That's what you need to do. If you want to apologize, make the donations to Command and Joe and YAHANNA.
Right.
You understand? So we could open up our school, a physical school over here, so you don't have to see us ever again in the library. That's all you need to do. It's not that complicated. You understand? Y'all could give out waters during a heat wave, spending millions of Canadian dollars to pass out bottles of waters during the heat wave. You understand? I mean, what's a couple $1,000 so we could open up a school?
All right.
Not like Dr. Umar Johnson. This man is broke as hell today. That's a lot, kid. This man is panhandling.
Salakia, let's get more.
Panhandler. Salakia. What?
Yeah, Salakia, priest. Let's get more into it, because you understand, like, they seem not to realize what they did or what they're doing. You understand? Like, especially what I don't understand. You have religious book in the library. So that means I can use the book and open the book and use it in the room because it's a religious purpose or content.
Imagine that.
Let's get a little bit more.
It says libraries must apply their policies for room usage equally to all groups and cannot base denials on the beliefs, background, or views of the group. That's exactly why they kicked us out yesterday.
Right.
You can't make this up. The reasons for denial must be reasonable, consistently applied, and not based on religious disagreement. And that's exactly why we got kicked out of the library yesterday. They brought security and everything.
Right.
You know, good night.
So it's all there, you understand? Like, and if you go lower, you understand, like, he'll explain exactly, you understand, a bunch of things. You understand? They got to be neutral, because they say, like, what we don't want to be part of it. You understand? You are not part of it. We're just using a service, and the service is a public service. We pay taxes for the service. You understand? And you're gonna say, now we don't want to be affiliated with y'all. You are not affiliated. We in the library, in the public space, we're using that space. You understand? We the I.S.U.P.K. You understand? We're not affiliated with anybody. You understand?
Damn right.
But we could use the resources of the government, or the, you understand, the resources that are given to the citizen in the city, in the country, because our tax dollars goes towards it as well. You know what I'm saying? But you know, the devil is gonna be the devil, the oppressor always gonna be oppressed. And just like you stated earlier, they don't want the truth to be told. Well, you can't stop this truth. And you know what I'm saying? Like, at one part, you know what I'm saying, I mentioned, like, in the class yesterday, one of the verses I pull out, you know what I'm saying, like, because of the à cause de leur méchanceté, because of the, you know what I'm saying, like, the evil things that they do on us, hiding our identity, not letting us teach our people who they are, you understand, is part of that wickedness that, you understand, these nations are doing. And this is why Christ is coming back for war.
Damn right. Listen, Christ would destroy these libraries. Let us teach the truth. And as a matter of fact, it's not even let us, because we're gonna teach it regardless. But how are you gonna go? Basically, you're trying to say that the library, the public library, is going against the law. That's really what it is. According to the law, they cannot, you know, they should not have kicked us out according to the Canadian law. It says Canadian law and human rights charters project against discrimination based on religion. This extends to public services, including library meeting rooms. We're supposed to be protected against the law, by the law. We're supposed to be protected against discrimination. We were not. While Quebec embraces secularism, especially in certain public institutions like schools, libraries generally have a duty to remain neutral and not to favor or disfavor any religion. Libraries must provide meeting spaces to all eligible groups on an equitable basis, regardless of the content of their message or the beliefs of their members. It was funny. We were talking about World War III and the impending war. That's what we were talking about. We ain't even said a white man the devil. But clearly, we have to remind you that the oppressor is the goddamn devil the Bible speaks of.
Right.
You understand? Now, do you understand better now for all the viewers why we said that our oppressor is the devil? He don't even obey his own laws. The laws say you're protected against discrimination, and he's the first one to discriminate. You understand? To act upon discrimination. Imagine that. You understand? Good night. But hey, listen, we'll see where we get. We'll see where we go from there. Like Officer Adiar said, we ain't trying to recruit you. We ain't even pass out. We ain't even give you a flyer. And I think the old lady that opened up the room, she sounded like she was a sister.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't even tell her sit in class. We should have told her sit in class. And then you could have said, why are you trying to recruit us? We ain't trying to recruit you. But you might need to pay attention. And even then, the classes are online anyways. Just tune in. Well, you're gonna stop us from using the Wi-Fi of the city now, the public Wi-Fi of the city. Imagine that. But the white man's the devil. Let's get into these topics. Right. If anyone wants to join in, chime in, whatever the case is, the link is in the chat. Feel free to click it. You understand? I hate to say it again. It makes my teeth whiter. The white man is the devil. The Bible speaks. L'homme blanc est le diable dont parle la Bible. El opresor es el pinche malparido diablo que ata la Biblia. We will say it in German. Who cares? He's the devil regardless. He's the devil in every language. Good, you understand? Good.
And so like when we mean devil, I know, like, you know what I'm saying, people might get offended. What do we mean by devil is a deceiver. Like I said, that's what the Bible says. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody that deceives you. You know what I'm saying? Like here you are. You know what I'm saying? You have laws concerning, you know what I'm saying, like the library should remain open for any religious purposes. But they're gonna tell you, they're gonna kick you out and say, well, you're not allowed for this content, you know, right, because it's religious. That's what the devil does. You know what I'm saying? Like it deceives people.
And they should never be offended that we call him the devil. I'm gonna show you something, right? My sister used to watch the show. This is Lucifer. You can't listen. You can't make this up. Lucifer's a white man. Listen, he clearly, this actor read the Bible. He's like, yeah. It's talking about my people. You understand? They're the king of New Babylon. You know, you can't make this up. But let's get into these topics. Yeah. Oppresses the devil. He was a devil yesterday. He's a devil today. He'll be the devil tomorrow. Let's get into this.
Thoughts about reparations for Black people specifically, and like Black Americans specifically. What is your
very much against?
Very much against. Can I ask why?
Well, first and foremost, I don't believe that we should ever pay monetary damages to people where nothing bad happened to them, just because they are related to a group of people where something bad happened to them.
In 2005, the United Nations.
We could stop right here. What say you, other one?
Well, go. My bad. Yeah, can you play it back again, Bubba Question?
Okay, 1 second.
Reparations for Black people specifically, and like Black Americans specifically. What is your
very much against?
Very much against. Can I ask why?
Well, first and foremost, I don't believe that we should ever pay monetary damages to people where nothing bad happened to them, just because they are related to a group of people where something bad happened to them.
Damn. I believe that same devil is for Israel.
Right.
I believe that is for Israel. You know what I'm saying? And Israel is getting billions, trillions of dollars because, you know what I'm saying, of something that happened to them a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? But of course they hate Black people. Of course they hate Latinos. Of course they hate Native Indians, man. And what I can understand with white people, there's a study that came out and said because generation, you know what I'm saying, like not curses, but you know what I'm saying, like a trauma. You know what I'm saying? Because of what happened to your ancestors, to your fathers, and to your grandfathers, you have those trauma inside of you. There's research that came out. That means everybody, you understand, that come from slavery have trauma from that. You understand? That's why we can't cope in society like other people could cope. That's why we destroy at the point that we're in. You understand? And the devil said, well, nah, we don't owe him nothing. Well, the Bible says, you understand, like they oppress them, they slaughter them, they rob them, and nobody say restore. I guess the Bible is real.
God. You know what's crazy about that? I mean, aside the fact he want to make it divisive, talk about, he's clearly a foundational Black American, right? We could address that another time. But again, if it's to not pay reparations to people that we didn't suffer anything because it wasn't us directly, it was our ancestors. I mean, why still pay reparations to the Jewish man? So that's the problem with reparations, right? You always like to say, why should we pay reparations to the Native Americans? Who should we pay reparations to? They used to fight each other. So, like, how does it work? Should we pay reparations? Should it be the French? Should it be the British? Should it be the Spaniards, the Portuguese? Who should pay reparations and to who? How are we going to divide it? Are you going to pay the natives? Are you going to pay the blacks, the so-called Latinos? There's so many people mixed in today. Where do we start? That's always their argument, right? Playing dumb. Well, they're not playing dumb when it comes to paying the Jewish man billions of dollars every year. Like when World War II was like what, 1944? That's long gone. A lot of them, they don't even hear about it. They just say, well, they're Jewish and that's it. They say, yeah, my grandfather was oppressed in Auschwitz because he was Jewish. Listen, your grandfather was probably one of the sodomite Jewish men that was in a concentration camp, not because he was Jewish, because he was a child molester. Yeah, they don't teach that part of World War II. You have to remind y'all, like, history, right? Not only, if I'm not mistaken, the Jewish men started the war against the Nazis. Right. And a lot of them were in concentration camps not because they were so-called Jewish. Because just like today, they're pushing the gay agenda on our kids. They were doing the same thing back in the 1940s. The Nazis was like, hell no, we're not letting you do that. They had a whole institution. The Nazis burned down the institution because they were promoting sexual deviancy openly to children. They said, no, we ain't having that. Like, y'all making it seem y'all were persecuted and put in ovens because you were Jewish. Listen, tell the truth. If not, people could just Google it today. There's a lot of documents and historical records will show you that the Nazis really, they were not down with the rainbow flag. They were not, and that's why that's why a lot of y'all were in concentration camps. And out of 80 million casualties, we're paying reparations to the descendants of 6 million people. How does that even make sense? Salakia, one.
Salakia, there's something that I'm gonna send it to you after, right? Give me 2 seconds. All right, this is on the PDF. You could find it at Oregon State Legislature.gov, right? It say of the 66 million, mostly Christian Russian, who were murdered by the Jewish Bolsheviks under Stalin from the years 1919 to 1957. So they're talking about 6 million Jews. 6 million Jewish people. The Jewish people killed 66 million Christians.
Imagine that.
You know what I mean? You understand? And I believe they started with the gassing them in chambers and whatnot. You understand? 66 million Christians killed by the Jewish people. Nobody speak about that. You understand? Meanwhile, you giving millions and trillions of dollars to a people that stole our identity. You understand? You take away the identity of the nation, man. You destroy that nation. And still today, you understand, you're not giving them back what belongs to them. And you saying, well, I don't want to pay them reparation. Well, we don't want reparation. You know why? Because you're going to pay with your life. So like.
As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, the Netherlands refused to pay reparations to the Caribbean. Right? They just say they just say flat out, we're not doing it. It's gonna hurt the economy. They're not saying we don't know who to give it to. They say, yeah, we're not doing it. I mean, we will acknowledge there was slavery. We will teach that in the schools. We teach the history of it, but we're not paying reparations. What the hell is wrong with you? That's what the Netherlands said. The Netherlands flat out said, nah, you crazy or what? We'll teach you what slavery. Yeah, we're the slave masters, but we're not paying reparations. Why is it an issue to pay reparations to the only victims, you know, are truly victims that nobody cares about? Like, it's not even like Palestinians never got money. Palestinians also got money. They got millions of dollars every year as well, not just the state of Israel. After slavery, why was it not an issue or questioning who should we pay reparations to when y'all gave reparations to the slave masters? Y'all treated them like victims because the loss of labor, as if they were in the fields. They were at the other end of the whip, not at the end that causes damage, irreparable damages to your skin. You understand? See, that's why we tell you again, the white man's the devil. He's saying he doesn't want to give reparations to a people that did not suffer directly. Well, stop giving billions of dollars to Ukraine. Stop giving billions of dollars to the state of Israel. Just stop giving them reparations. You understand? I think white people, if I'm not mistaken, the UK, specifically the UK, they got reparations until like 2001 from slavery.
Yeah.
They got reparations from slavery until 2001. Imagine that. Canada as well. France as well.
Yeah.
Until the 2000, we're kids, and they still get paid reparations from slavery. White man's the devil the Bible speaks of.
God, you understand? What you say is heavy, priest, because, you know what I'm saying, like, I remember studying in 80, you know what I'm saying, 80 history, you know what I'm saying, they're telling you, you know what I'm saying, like, after we won the war, we had to pay France because, you understand, they would lose money because we won the war. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, they paid exactly those slave masters. They gave them money because, you know what I'm saying, of the lost profit, you know what I'm saying, because we won the war. So now, you understand, like, and that's the money that makes France great today. That's the money that makes America great today. If I'm mistaken, if I remember correctly, I believe that happened in America as well, where, you know what I'm saying, like George Washington, or, you know what I'm saying, one of these devils, you know what I'm saying, were paying the slave masters because, you know what I'm saying, of the lost good, as they call it. So like
everywhere. Spain got paid, Portugal got paid, France. Matter of fact, a big part of the economy of France is tourism. People want to see the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower was paid with the money that Haiti was given to France. Right. People don't know that. That's how they built the Eiffel Tower in France, because they imposed a fictitious debt on Haiti after Haiti delivered themselves from slavery. But we can move on. Listen, this is amazing. People like to tell us all the time, you know, we need to appreciate each other's culture, right? We need to embrace each other's culture. That's what multiculturalism is about. You understand? Well, this is multiculturalism right here. Embrace the culture of the other nations. That's what you want to do. You want to walk hand in hand with the people. Well, are you going to embrace that part of their culture as well?
This is the Poop Festival that is held annually in India. This is during the Pitakala war tradition, where they gather in the streets and throw massive piles of cow poop at each other. People from different villages come to fight and throw cow poop at each other, and it's thought to bring prosperity and rain for the years to come. The problem is people get injured from this every year, and infections run rampant, as you can imagine. I feel like there's got to be ways to bring people together and celebrate without these health and safety risks, but let me know your thoughts below.
Listen, this is part of the Diwali festival. Diwali is like the East Indian New Year, you know, where they run down the streets doing all types of stupidness. But good night. He said, what are your thoughts on this? Salakia.
Salakia. What's up with Elam with cow shit, man? Elam is wild, man. Elam is like the Egyptian of old, like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Egyptian of old, they had, you know what I'm saying, like a fetish for like crocodile dung. But you know what I'm saying? Like Elam is a yeah, Elam is cow dung, man. Like these Edens, you know what I'm saying, are disgusting to, you know what I'm saying, to a level. And this is what's important as well. If you're Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, your culture, you know what I'm saying, what's in the Bible is the greatest thing that God could ever give, you know what I'm saying, a nation. Your culture, you understand, is a culture with clean, you understand, like with hygiene, a culture, you understand, with none of these nonsense, you understand, where you separate, you understand, the purity and the, you understand, and the filth, where you separate, you understand, like what is clean and what is unclean. You understand? It's the best thing, you understand, like you could ever have. You understand? Like, so when we tell you not to come back to your culture, is because that culture come from God Himself. That culture is royalty. Meanwhile, you have these nations, you understand, like they have doo-doo everywhere. You understand? These Elamite, they put doo-doo on the walls, you know what I'm saying? They say it makes the house fresh. You know what I'm saying? They bury you in doo-doo, like cure diseases and shit. You know what I'm saying? So like it.
And you know what's funny is they like to say, oh, it's kind of prejudice or a bit tiny bit racist to say, well, the East Indians, they smell or whatever. They don't know about deodorant. Listen, look up the Ganges River. The Ganges River is they let the body sink in the Ganges River, so much so that it feeds the turtles, it feeds the catfish. They bathe in it. They drink the water. They say, well, what is it? I seen a clip. The East Indian, the white man's like, yo, is it safe to drink the water? The East Indian man said, if you believe it's safe, it's gonna protect you.
my thoughts are clean.
Yeah, my thoughts are clean. So you know. Good night. Listen. Yeah. What he said? Is it Jeremiah 10:2? It says, learn not the way of the heathen. This is the way of the heathen.
Right.
If you want to embrace a culture of a people, you have to embrace all of it. Just like Officer just said, the ancient Egyptian, they used crocodile dung as a contraceptive. Right? They put crocodile feces in their box to prevent them from having babies, because then that stopped the. I don't know. We're not making this up. You understand? They use crocodile feces as a contraceptive. Damn. Let me show you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the man that's going to go into that box and afterward, and well, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, these other nations after that, you know what I'm saying? Like, they do fellatio and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Hey. Apparently, good night. We're gonna get into this too. Apparently, listen, we're gonna save that for afterwards because I just found out some new shit. Good night. That's in the plagiarized book of the Bible. For those who know what the plagiarized book is, Mosiah and Christ. For those who don't, we're about to show you in a minute. But this is ancient Egypt. In ancient Rome and Egypt, we know where the Romans got their culture from the Greeks, and the Greeks got it from the Egyptians, right? It was commonplace to make birth control out of crocodile dung. While in India, they opted for elephant poop instead. Good night. India is a shitty country, no pun intended. Damn. They play in cow dung. They, as opposed to using crocodile dung, they use elephant dung. Damn.
It's bigger.
There's more of it. Damn. The animal dung was often mixed with other substances and molded into an object known as a pessary that was inserted into the vagina and removed after sexual intercourses. Nice. That's crazy work. Good night. And listen, this is insane. They have a whole festival they play in cow shit.
Yeah, God. And when we tell our people to separate from these heathens, separate from them, they get mad at us. Well, go ahead and do these things then.
you know, it's like, listen, you want to be an Egyptian? I mean, are you gonna collect lizard shit and put it inside you if you don't want to have babies? That's what the Egyptian used to do. Okay. A lot of Caribbean people talking about they want to, you know, they made the soca music to join Black culture with East Indian culture. If you want to join with East Indian culture, I mean, roll. You know, listen. There's farms in Canada. There's farms in the U.S. We have cows all over the Americas. Go roll up in some cow dung. You know. And I have a question. How did they gather all that dung? Like, how did they gather all? This is a river. This is a river of feces. How did man gather all that? Do they save it for that festival somewhere? Do they have like a factory? I mean, the streets are paved with poop. Damn. This there's a dust cloud of
feces.
Damn.
Festival that is held annually in India.
Imagine
so like a priest, and some of them, you know what I'm saying, are evil as well. So imagine them mixing that dung with human feces or other type of feces. You know what I'm saying?
This is not dirt. They're swimming in. They're having fun. Like you see them laughing and everything. this man just dropped a bomb on this nigga head. Damn. Listen, you want to embrace each other's culture. This, we're a melting pot of human and different cultures. Are you gonna accept that culture? This is part of one of the main festival of India. This is not something that is secluded to one village. In the video, it says that's marking the end of the Diwali festival. Diwali, for those who don't know, it's like the East Indian New Year or something similar. It's a big part of their culture. It's like the worship of Shiva, and even with the cows, they don't just worship the cows one god. They worship the horn. They worship the how do you call it, the cow the teats where the milk come out. They worship every single part of the cow. The feces is a god for them as well. Imagine that. Like you see, what's crazy? Good night. What is this? Wisdom of Solomon said, these heathens, they worship everything. They worship everything. Imagine worshiping. Like you're talking about the Muslims worshiping a rock. These guys worship shit. Damn.
So like, and when you read that, the caption in the last, the first paragraph, the middle paragraph, where it say here's some background. At the end of it, it says tradition believed to bring prosperity and cleanse sins. Like good night, like you know what I'm saying. So to clean the sin, you got to put shit on you, like you know what I mean, like you know what I'm saying. And this is why I love the Bible. You know what I'm saying. Barakata Yahweh wa Yahweh, we are Israelite, because you know what I'm saying, we would have been in the Eden doing some stupid shit like this. Meanwhile, God gave us something that's proper, something that's royal, something that's, like above every other nation. So when Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6 says you are above these other nations, it's looking out for you. It's telling you, you understand, like you're not the type of people, you understand, that's gonna put shit on you and say, well, it's gonna clean me from my sin. You understand? It's gonna baptize me. You understand? Like we baptize in the fire in UPK. They're baptized in shit. So like
that's crazy, because imagine that. You can't convince me that East Indian don't all stink after that. They're allergic to deodorant. I don't give a damn whether they're allergic to deodorant or not. They bathe in poop. Like it's normal. But we can move on, because that's a shitty situation right here.
Right.
You know what I hate though? I hate when motherfuckers be like, yo, he eating pork. The Quran says you don't eat the flesh of swine. This is fucking candy. You would be eating pineapples. Niggas like, no, but the syrup and the pineapple's pork. Like, what the fuck?
Look, the scholars, it was something out on that. When you take the pork from its natural sources, it's no longer pork. It's like if you take wine and filter it out, and there's no alcohol in it. It's no longer alcohol.
It's wine.
I mean, like when you filter the wine, when you filter the liquor out of the alcohol. I mean, when you filter the alcohol out of the liquor and that shit water now, you can't say, oh no, you drinking liquor. No, I'm not drinking liquor. It's filtered out. I can drink it.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with like when they take like gelatin and it's taken from the out of its natural form, it's no longer haram no more. I'm gonna send it to you.
Listen, when I was at the F and niggas was talking all like, yo, don't eat them Oreos, beloved. No, they listen to me. I'll show niggas the Quran. Don't take anything. Don't be an extremist. That's first. And then don't eat the flesh of swine. This fucking Oreo is not pig feet. This Oreo is not bacon. These fucking fruit snacks is not fat back. You understand what I'm saying? Exactly. I'm not eating fucking pork rinds. This is fruit snacks. I eat Skittles. I eat Oreos. I'm the fucking candy man.
Yeah, you sound gay as hell. So like, the candy man.
Candy man. The has the Skittles. He has the rainbow.
Yeah.
He tasted the rainbow. God man.
You know what kills me is that go argue that with your imam. Go argue that with your imam. You should not even be a Muslim. You know, if you're a brother, you should not be a Muslim. You're a sister, you should not be a Muslim. You know what's the crazy part is that the Quran allows to eat pork. So what's the problem? Just tell them you were starving. Listen, I'm not making this up. This is Surah 5 and 3. At the bottom, at the top, it says forbidden to eat carrion, blood, and swine. You know, you can't eat carrion, which is like rotten corpse, blood, or swine, or anything that is slaughtered in the name of any other than Allah. I mean, you can't eat food that is not halal. If it's not killed by praying, whatever prayer they do, you know, or something that's been that died of itself, that fell, you can't eat that, right? Scroll down to the bottom, to the last part of the surah. It says, but whoever is compelled by extreme hunger, meaning if you're hungry, if you're starving, go ahead and eat the pork. That's what the Quran says. So what's his problem? Stop making up things that make you sound stupid. Talking about it's not pork no more. What do you mean? It's the pig feed. They're just grinding the pig feed into a powder and use that for baking soda. That's stupid as hell. And the other nigga say, yo, if you filter liquor and it becomes wine, I'm not drinking liquor no more. I'm like, damn. I'm starting to wonder, are Muslims brothers dumber than Christians?
Yeah, sometimes I believe so.
Man, say you're not eating pork no more. Imagine that. It's a lot the other one.
Yeah, sometimes I believe, you know what I'm saying, Muslim might be more like, you know what I'm saying, ignorant than Christian, because, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I understand, like, we are the Christians just got a lot of pedophiles, you know what I'm saying, but, you know what I'm saying, who has a religion where your leader is a pedophile, you know what I'm saying, and known pedophile, you know what I'm saying, we know, you know what I'm saying, because of our study, we know that Caesar Borgia, you know what I'm saying, the white guy that they try to portray that as Jesus Christ, you know what I'm saying, is a sexual deviant, but Christians do not know this, you know what I'm saying, but Muslims know for a fact that them bastard like slept with a 9-year-old. So who's really gonna follow somebody like that if they're not like, you know what I'm saying, like something is not wrong with you, you know what I'm saying, like.
And I just found out a different type of, you know, in Islam Islam is the same as Christianity. Yeah. You know, so you see what you said earlier a couple minutes ago when they use contraceptives over there and said they have to perform oral sex on each other. Well, guess what? You know how they claim that Isa, who they call Christ, is born in the Quran? I'm gonna show you something that people probably never knew about this. This is Surah 21 and 91. It says, and remember the one who guarded her chastity. Her who is her is talking about Mary. So we breathed into her through our angel Gabriel, making her and her son a sign for all people. Now the Arabic word for chastity used right here is faraja or farja, right?
Yeah.
I got this confirmed by people who speak Arabic. It means the box.
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently Christ was born through oral sex in the Quran.
He blew in that pussy, man. The angel blew in that pussy.
Good night. Listen, you can't make this up. You know, like you should not fall up to the religion of the heathens. This you worry about eating pork. The Quran allows you to eat pork. The Quran allows you to eat pork. What you should do if you don't want to eat pork, listen, you should come back to the Bible. You should come back to your true culture. The Bible forbids you to eat pork, and there's no exception. The Quran says if you're starving, just eat pork. That's what the Quran says. We just read it. And apparently, y'all are saying that the greatest man on earth was born through oral sex is baffling. Good night. This man's like,
so lucky you gotta open it up first. You know what I'm saying? This is, you know what I'm saying, these shows that these other nations don't understand spiritual things. Just like y'all saying you have Egyptian, you know what I'm saying, the Egyptian that You know what I'm saying? Like worship anything. They worship Beatles. You know what I'm saying? And we know Beatles roll. You know what I'm saying?
Dung
like,
Beatles.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like that sun that the Egyptian think that it's a sun. It's not a sun. It's a ball of shit. You know it's a ball of shit. So, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? These other nations don't understand spiritual thing. But you have the culture of what's really spiritual, something that comes from the Creator Himself. You know what I'm saying? And you rather refuse that and go join the Egyptian, you understand, that worship, you know what I'm saying, shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It is not a sun, you know what I'm saying? It might, they use the similarity as a sun, but really a bit of roll balls of shit. You know what I'm saying? So this is what they were worshiping, you know what I'm saying? And not to forget that most of these nations, you know what I'm saying, they stem from the same false theology or philosophy since the Tower of Babel. You know what I'm saying? There are all these false philosophy, like a lot of, like when you see the roots of them, they all stem, they have a common accord, you understand? They all come from there. So they all have the same belief in different aspects. This is why they worship shit. This is why even in China, you understand, like doodoo was considered, you understand, a medicine in China back in the days.
It is.
You understand? So you understand all these, you understand, fascination with the doodoo, fascination with, you know what I'm saying, like these nonsense. You don't have that. You have something special, Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian. You have something that comes from the Creator Himself. You understand? It's time for you to wake up and realize it, and understand who you are and remember who you are. You are different from these other nations, above these other nations, man. It's a lot.
Damn right. We're gonna move on to the next one. But good night. The angel Gabriel blew a kiss at Mary. In Mary.
Yeah, blow no kiss. That was in a kiss. Good night.
He did some CPR, some mouth to mouth to the bottom lip of Mary. Did CPR to Mary. Good night. This is why leave all these religious dogmas and beliefs. You know, you can't make this up. The word for chastity, really, in Arabic is, what is it? It's farja.
Farjaha.
Yeah. You see?
Farjaha.
Farja. However they pronounce it. Y'all look it up. What is a farjaha? You understand? The farjaha. You know how we call the farjaha? We call it the Haagen-Dazs.
Yeah,
that's what we call the farjaha.
Salakia, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, the one who guarded her chastity. I mean, the angel was there and looking over the box. Good
night.
He was on Shamar for the bucks.
He was guarding it. He was guarding the Haagen-Dazs. The gates.
The bucks, man.
This is what they call the holy gates in Islam, I guess. The pearly gates. Yeah. Salakia. Good night. Oh shit. Move on to the next one.
What is it that's excessive regarding slavery in the Smithsonian?
What goes overboard broadly, I have not done a tour of all the Smithsonian museums in the last 3 or 4 years, but I actually have been somewhat recently. And what goes overboard is what goes overboard in the colleges and the universities and even in the pop culture. And you saw this broadly in the last 5 years. White fragility, the constant race hustling, the hucksterism, the race to dinner. Do you guys really believe that in America today, one of our big problems is we don't talk about slavery and all of America's sins enough? No, of course not. You know, even on the point of slavery.
But Michael, it's not about talking about it. It's about teaching people about it, right? So what's
don't
wrong
you think
with,
people have been taught?
What's wrong? So I'm sorry. So we don't teach history in this country anymore.
No, we don't teach history.
And slavery is part of that history.
We don't teach history. No, we teach a very partial view of history. That this is Trump's point. We teach a very partial view of history that America's evil and terrible to black people and women and minorities and everybody else. But that's not the whole story of America. And this is why
the whole story. Of course, it's not the whole. Nobody is saying it is the whole story, Michael. But it is part of the story. It is part of the story that deserves to be told. That's why to have the president saying that it should not be told, and we should just stop teaching it now because we've taught it for 20 years, so we don't need to teach it anymore.
He never said that we shouldn't stop.
What is it?
That's amazing. That's what we tell you. The white man's the devil. He said, because Trump said, he wants to remove the part of the Smithsonian where about slavery because it's too much negative history. What is the positive history of America? And who was it positive to? Salakia.
Yeah. You're absolutely right, Priest. You know what I'm saying? And not to forget what Trump really wants. Trump wants to bring back slavery in America. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? How is he gonna bring back slavery if we keep talking about these, you know what I'm saying, like these evil acts? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what he really wants, you know what I'm saying? Bring back slavery into America. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you have like, you know what I'm saying, like alligator Alcatraz, you know what I'm saying, where they gotta work, you know what I'm saying? They gotta work a week, you know what I'm saying, just to have enough money to make a phone call. You know what I'm saying? There's somebody that leaked a video about what's going on over there, you know what I'm saying? Like they're treating them like worse than slavery, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? They're not allowed to eat and drink when they want, you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. And the oppressor is the damn devil, you know what I'm saying? And for you that think like we're into 2025 and the oppressor change, we believe in regeneration. You understand? The same people that you see over here, like me and Barakala, you know what I'm saying, like us in the UPK, we were the same people in the past. The same people, you know what I'm saying, like you see like those Edomites, you know what I'm saying, those white people are the ancestors that came back. So they're gonna have the same spirit. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot.
Damn right. And that's crazy to say, it's too much focus on how bad slavery was.
Yeah.
So you want, what he wants to see is the white perspective from slavery, like how great white people were doing. That's what you want to see people, making a profit from cotton, from human trafficking. You don't want to see, people suffering from slavery. You want to see the benefits of slavery, how America was built. That's what he wants to see. He's tired of seeing, what's the precept again? Obadiah, right? Let me bring it up real quick. Obadiah, I think is 1:9 or 1:10, right? It says it himself. He's ashamed. He don't want to speak about it openly.
Yeah.
Obadiah chapter 1 verse 10, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. That's why they don't want to talk about slavery, because it's horrible. I mean, they're being exposed. There's no hiding it.
Yeah.
And it's even crazy. You show just how much of a devil you are just by wanting to remove it from the Smithsonian. Because why would you remove something? This is the problem with Christianity. You just want to, and even all the other beliefs, you just want to show the good side of what you believe, right? The good side of what he believes is that, well, white people were prosperous during the time of 1400 to the 1900 till this day. They were still prosperous. Why? Because we were in chains, because of our blood, sweat, and tears. Now when we expound on how prosperous and why they were prosperous, because of our blood, sweat, and tears, then it's like, well, let's not talk about this no more. And that's what Trump is doing. He don't want to talk about it no more, because shame is covering his whole nation. Salakia.
God, you know what I'm saying? And really, like, we haven't been talking about slavery at all, especially in the US. Because I remember when I was like in Miami, I did my high school over there. Every February, you know what I'm saying? Every February we have, like, you know what I'm saying, the Black History Month. We had the same 2 or 3 pages of Black history every year, the same thing.
Right.
The only thing that will be different is the cover of the page, those pages, like a little pamphlet of 3 pages or 4 pages. Then after that, they will go into Maya Angelou, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot. Every year is the same. You know what I'm saying? We don't learn about, like, as much as I learned today about slavery, you know what I'm saying, in the UPK doing my research, as long as I learn about the black and the native, you know what I'm saying, Black Indians, as long as I read, like, you know what I'm saying, about, you know what I'm saying, the medical apartheid, we never learned these things, you know what I'm saying, in school. We never learned these things in slavery. We never learned exactly, you know what I'm saying, like, our slavery matches exactly what's in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like, we never learned, you know what I'm saying, like, there were Hebrew-speaking slaves that came over here. You know what I'm saying? So we never learned really what slavery is about, except, like, you know what I'm saying, what America has taught us, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you got to go to the museum, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot to see it. But, you know what I'm saying, when we in school, you know what I'm saying, especially in high school and college, you know what I'm saying, over there, you don't learn the truth about history. You just learn, you know what I'm saying, like, a little bit of history. Then after that, in the same month, in the same Black History Month, They will tell you about black and white liberators, black, you know what I'm saying, like abolitionists, you know what I'm saying, that was against slavery. You know what I'm saying? So that America, you know what I'm saying, they will say like, well, you know what? It's not every white person that was against slavery, you know what I'm saying, that was for slavery. There was some that was against slavery as well. You know what I'm saying? But we don't learn the truth, you know what I'm saying, about slavery, you know what I'm saying, in the United States. You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of black men, you know what I'm saying, they find it hard, they find it harsh, they find it too strict, you know what I'm saying, too radical, you know what I'm saying, what we're talking about, you know what I'm saying, because they don't learn the truth about slavery and what really happened. So like,
good night. They don't even teach slavery in Canada. Listen, they don't even teach anything about slavery in Canada. If it's not for the I.S.U.P.K, you would never would have known Canada had slaves. That 2/3 of them were native.
Right.
You know, you don't even know today that the Ku Klux Klan was in Canada as well. Right there in Ontario, right there in Quebec. This is not something that's strictly for, you know, the Midwest and the South US. Canada had sundown towns as well. You don't know that. We're about to cover that in the history classes in a couple next weeks, whatever the case is. But see, you don't know true history until you come into the Israelite school of universal and practical knowledge. You understand? White man is a devil, the Bible speaks of. You don't even nobody teaches that anywhere. Salaki. Let's get into the next one. This is crazy because this has been going on. I even watched a clip. I have, you know, like I said, I have with some news that I get. I have an insider, right? Who gives me articles and news about what's going on. Shout out to the plug. You understand? So it says a YouTuber who catches predators in Roblox has had his account banned by the platform. Roblox sent whatever his name is a cease and desist. How do you pronounce that stupid word? Cease and desist letter threatening to sue him if he continues. For people who don't know, Roblox is a kids game. It's like Minecraft. It's very popular among kids. And there's a lot of people who pose as kids. Long story, there's a lot of pedophile preying on kids on Roblox. Long story short. You understand? And this devil, I mean, he did something good. He did something honorable. He's tracking down predators. He's tracking down the pedophiles. Now Roblox is saying you need to stop. Imagine that. He's making sure the children are safe, obviously to a certain extent. And Roblox saying, yeah, stop tracking down the pedophiles. Why would you not want to protect the children? Why would you not want to even hire him?
Right.
You know, hire him as a security for the company.
Analyst or something.
Yeah, because now Roblox is under fire because there's a lot of pedophiles on Roblox preying on the kids. Right? I seen a clip yesterday. A 17-year-old was talking to 4 to 5 children a day, over 50 children, soliciting, you know, naked pictures, whatever the case is. His case is ongoing. He's being charged as an adult, right? But that's crazy work on Roblox. Like, the kids are not safe even playing video games. You have to watch. Listen, if you are a parent, do not get Roblox for the kid. It don't matter how, you know, how much of a watchful eye you have on your kid. People are posing as kids on this app, on this game. You understand? I seen a clip. Like, you could create like a virtual setting on this game, right? So it's like a house, kitchen, whatever. A predator had his character with the kid's character in the bed performing sexual positions.
Yeah.
And the parent was like, yo, what's going on? So she filmed the whole thing. And they were like, yo, bouncing and shit, like they were having sex in the bed. So you want to protect your kids, you bring them to the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, no matter how much of a watchful eye you have over your kid. Even the pedophile hunters are being prevented to protect your kid. In the I.S.U.P.K, listen, it don't matter. Law, yeah, Ariyar's son is like my kid. You understand? That's how we operate. We are, every single kid over here is safe. Y'all better get into the UPK. This is about to get worse. When World War III expands, when people are going crazy in the street, like Commander John, y'all go watch Commander John Yohanna's lecture during the Midwest Fire Weekend. Where do we go from there? What Commander John Yohanna said, we touched on that, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, right? Where you might think there's propaganda being pushed on your people. There's propaganda being pushed on their people. They're riling white people up. They're riling every nation up to separate and start a race war. Even though it's biblical, listen, they're still doing it on their side. They're making this prophecy happen, come to pass. Like white people are recruiting racists and psychopaths on websites like Telegram and thing, you know. So y'all better be prepared to defend the children. Y'all better be prepared to defend your wife. Y'all be prepared to defend your family, your people. You can't do that if you're outside the I.S.U.P.K. Why? Because like we seen earlier, the brothers are turning to Islam. The Arabs are separating from you. They don't give a damn about you. You know, I seen a post, a Lebanese man is breaking down how in every single Arab country or even in Asia, they don't like black people. You could kill a black man and get away with it because you're even worth less than an animal. You're worth less than a street dog. Nobody's gonna question your death. You want protection for you, for your kids, for your family, for your wife, for your brother, mother, sister, whatever the case is. You come to the school, you put it on black. You understand? Become a man of war under the Lord. You understand? Because outside of I.S.U.P.K, it's a dangerous place right now. Imagine when civil war starts. I ain't even talking about a race war yet. Imagine when the civil war starts. What's gonna happen? Who's gonna protect you? You're gonna be joining with a Christian church. The Christian church is gonna burn itself down to the ground. You're gonna go to the mosque. In the Muslim mosque, don't you know there's a hierarchy? Even the non-Arab Muslims are over you. It's like, I mean, the non-Muslims, Arabs are over you. Don't you know that? Who are you gonna rely on? There's no protection outside the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Salak, y'all.
God, you know what I'm saying? Like that this is wild, like you know what I'm saying, like and what I will say about this is that you know what I'm saying, like why would they not want him to, you know what I'm saying, inspect and find the pedophiles? I mean, they are the pedophiles themselves too.
Damn right.
They are the pedophiles themselves, and this is now, you know what I'm saying, you can understand this by looking at Donald Trump and the Jeffrey Epstein files. You know what I'm saying? You could look at this, but what you said, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, like with the lecture of Commander General Yana is something heavy, because just today I was watching, you know what I'm saying, a video where they're saying like, well, attack on police in Montreal is increasing. You know what I'm saying? People, you know what I'm saying, like going and, you know what I'm saying, like attacking the police and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? What happens when these police officers don't come to work no more because they're scared for their life?
Right.
What happens, you know what I'm saying, like when, you know what I'm saying, like everybody let loose? You know what I'm saying? Like the white man did movies like propaganda, you know what I'm saying, like about it, you know what I'm saying? They call it like what's the purge? You know what I'm saying? What happened when it's like time for the purge? Where everybody, you know what I'm saying, could do anything that they want. All this, you know what I'm saying, and we know that the oppressor is the man's sexual deviance on the earth. But what about, you know what I'm saying, when the Elamites get loose? What about when the Arabs that, you know what I'm saying, that are mostly, you know what I'm saying, like love kids love her, they get loose? What about, you know what I'm saying, when the Chinese, you know what I'm saying, don't give a damn and start eating, you know what I'm saying, chopping up people and eat them? Who are you gonna turn for? What are you going to do to protect your own and your people? You understand? Like this is when we're telling you, like, you know what I'm saying, to come together in righteousness, not come together like the Christian church, not come together as the Muslim, not come together, you know what I'm saying, as these other organization or philosophy. Come together in righteousness. Learn to know, you know what I'm saying, learn the basics of being righteous. What does it mean to love your people? What does it mean to love, you know what I'm saying, your own and yourself, and love your brother like yourself? You know what I'm saying? Then we won't have these things in our communities. That will happen in the Chinese community, Arab, Italian, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like most of the Edomites are, you know what I'm saying, incest anyway. You know what I'm saying? Most of the Edomites are incest, are into incest. They have sex with their own children. But what happens when that, you know what I'm saying, the time comes and they're preying on your children? You know what I'm saying?
You already are.
Yeah, God. You understand? And this is also like a call, you understand, a message to all the mothers and the parents out there. You understand? Like with in the age that we are with the technology and whatnot, your children have technology, you understand, and whatnot. Make sure you watch out, you understand, what you understand, you supervise your children online, because it is wild out there. It is crazy out there. You understand? Like it is really wild. You understand? Like there's people that eat children. There's people, you understand, that do things to children. You understand? Like you don't want your child to be, you understand, the victim of these things. But the main thing that you should have in your mind, come in the UPK and do what God says to do, so God could protect your children. Because when you go out and sin, it's like, you understand, you're taking away the protection that God could give your own children. Because of you doing righteousness, because of you being righteous, God sees your children that are defenseless. God sees your children that need help. God sees your children that need health. You understand? So if you really love your children, you should come to the UPK and change your life. It's a lot.
Damn right. It's that simple. Because like Officer Adiyar said, listen, it's wild and dangerous out there. You understand? Our people they have no protection at all. The men are going missing. The women are going missing. Who's there to protect the children? They're at the mercy of all the predators, wherever they're from. East Indian, Caucasians, Arabs, Africans. Salakia. So it's time for you to come into the school. Listen, what does the Bible say? Don't be slack to seek the Lord. I'm just paraphrasing. Don't wait for the Lord to come for you. Don't you know the Most High is waiting for you to come back to Him? It's like a crackhead saying, you know what? I'm gonna wait till my dad comes get me. Listen, dad told you that when you stop smoking crack, you could come back home. You're waiting for your dad to bring you back home while you're still a drug addict. Stop smoking crack, and then you could come back home. That's what God is telling you. Stop being a whore, and then I'll protect you again. Stop being a dope fiend. Stop being a murderer. Stop living the sinful lifestyle you're living. You'll get rulership. You get protection. I was going over the book of Maccabees, right? At some point, the brothers were like, yo, listen, these heathens are more than us. I think it's Judas Maccabees telling them, listen, don't even worry about nothing. The Lord is with us. We don't even worry about numbers. We never had to worry about numbers. Imagine that. Out of all the nations on the face of the earth, right? If it's all of them against us, we'd be considered a minority. Do we think we have to worry about numbers? All we have to do is trust in the Lord with all our heart, our mind. It's not sin. Listen, we in the book of Joshua, it shows you right here. They were winning all the wars until one nigga was so greedy. He's like, yo, let me steal this Babylonian garment. This nigga, we started losing the war for a pair of Gucci shoes and $5. Imagine that. You could get all the riches in the world after the war. Get you a garment from Hazahab and Captain Kapash. You understand? That's what you could have done. But you wanted a Babylon, and I'm pretty sure the Babylonian garments probably ugly as hell.
So
Didn't they kill his whole family?
Babylonian, you know, they're Ethiopian, so that's the garment over there. Like I said, what
don't they worship shit too? Good night. You know, imagine that. All you have to do is listen. All you have to do is just not eat pork. That's as simple as it is. You sleep with a woman, you keep her for the rest of your life. Get yourself another one. All you have to do is not sleep with a white woman. You sisters, don't be a whore. Like you make it seem like the Bible says, you know, this is the love of God to follow commandments. They're not grievous. Y'all making it seem like it's difficult to not sin. It's difficult to follow the Lord. Love one another as you love yourself. Y'all have difficulties doing that because y'all don't even love yourselves. That's really why. You understand? It's that simple. Like God will protect your children. You won't even have to do nothing. He will protect your children. All you have to do really is just come to class, become a new creature, and learn how to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments and be under the Most High protection. Salakia, you want to ask something before we move on?
No, that was it. I can't say like that was it.
And you have to separate from these nations, because talking about separation, we're going to get to this one, right? This one is what I was telling you earlier. This says soca was created to bring together African and Indian culture. Of course, when we talk about African, talking about the descendants of the Negro slaves in the Caribbean islands, right? So in the 1970s, Ras Shorty, Garfield Blackman, fused traditional calypso with Indian instruments and the tabla and dolak. He called it soca, short for soul of calypso.
So,
His goal was
Salakia, please, can you share your screen or?
Oh, Salakia, yeah. I was not sharing the screen. Salakia.
Understood.
So in the 1970s, Ras Shorty Garfield Blackman fused traditional calypso with Indian instruments, like the tabla and dolak. For those who don't know, that's after the East Indian indentured servants came to the Caribbean, mainly Trinidad, so on and so forth, right? He called it soca, short for soul of calypso. His goal was to modernize calypso and reflect Trinidad's blended Afro and Indo-Caribbean roots. Today, soca is the heartbeat of carnival and the soundtrack of the Caribbean joy. Listen, soca music is tawab. The people, talking about trying to unite the Indian people, the East Indian hates black people in Trinidad. They despise us. You know, and when we're talking about carnival is like, we like to talk about carnival like it's our culture. It's in Louisiana they call it Mardi Gras, which is it means Fat Tuesday. For those who don't know, we got carnival and Mardi Gras from the French. The French brought it over here. They adopted that. The French got that from the Romans. I did a whole class about that. The festival during the Roman Empire is called Carnevale, means to let go of the meat. No diddy. You understand? That's what it means. That's where the word carnival comes from. Okay. And even them, they adopted that from the Greeks, who adopted it from the Egyptians, who got it from the Babylonians. Like, you can't make this up. Listen, everything that you do, that you celebrate today comes back from ancient Mesopotamia and the pagan worship of, and it's really homosexual. Like, you go parade half naked in the streets, looking like a whore and looking like half a fag, so like half a homo. You understand? Gyrating all over the place. The white man, and two, you were not even allowed to celebrate carnival until after slavery. And the white man let you do it because he's a sexual deviant. He loves seeing our sisters half naked, and he enjoys seeing the man half naked too. But the point is, you try to blend in with a culture that despises you. And I'm gonna show you that the East Indian and Trinidad despise you, because this goes hand in hand together, right? This is the Prime Minister of Trinidad. Listen to what she's gonna say.
Home invasion laws and legal firearms. And when the brutal rapists and criminals come into your homes, I tell you again, load up your matic, light them up, empty the clip.
You know who she's talking about, black Trinis, right? She's not talking about the East Indian coolie descent. She's not talking about Nicki Minaj people when she's talking about the criminals and the rapists. So like, I'm gonna just leave it right there. This is the people who you're trying to integrate with in Trinidad, in Guyana, all over the Caribbean island. This is Nicki Minaj's people, by the way. Nicki Minaj is not a sister. She's an East Indian coolie, disgusting, filthy, cow shit worshipping East Indian. Salakia, other one.
Yeah, so like I just wanted to, because I'm saying like in the beginning, you're saying like you put the word calypso, like the soca music, the origin is like calypso. Is that something that you're saying like they got from another nation, or is that saying like their own word?
If I'm not mistaken, calypso, like we made calypso.
Okay, because I was just like in the calypso, like when you say calypso, like I know like you're saying like a calypso the origin of the word calypso, or the word come from the Greeks. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
So this is why I was confused. Like, so did they get it from the Greeks, like the word, or what is it really about? Like I'm saying, is it like a feast for the Greek deity? Because calypso origin is twofold. originating as a Greek mythological nymph named Calypso would attend Odysseus on an island in Homer's Odyssey. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted, you know what I'm saying, like to know like if it was like had nothing to do with that, you know what I'm saying, like that part.
Nah, it doesn't have anything to do with the Greek. I think the Greek deity Calypso. It's not related to the Greek deity Calypso. I think it's just a mistransliteration of like Arawak word, I think, or something like that. But it has nothing to. It has nothing. It's not linked with the Greek deity Calypso.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
You know, but this is the East Indian. The East Indian. So imagine the Prime Minister says, "Shoot the niggas." That's what she said. We'll play the clip again.
Home invasion laws and legal firearms. And when the brutal rapists and criminals come into your homes, I tell you again, load up your matic, light them up, empty the clip.
Imagine that. There's already
Salakia. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a woman speaking. You know what I'm saying? Like a woman's supposed to be like all nurturing and full of love. Like this is why you know what I'm saying, like God, like you know what I'm saying, like when you read the Bible, woman doesn't have no power, like that type of power. You know what I'm saying? Like a woman is not a leader because when she get a menstrual and she being emotional, she will destroy an entire country. She will destroy everybody in the country. You know what I'm saying? Let's say they against her and she's over the army. She's over the army. They against her. She will light up everybody, like just like she said.
Yeah.
You know it takes somebody with discipline, when you're saying who can calculate and be like, you know what, I can say this publicly. I can't do this like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like you put a woman in a place of power like that, she will abuse her authority. She will abuse her power. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because that power will get to her head. That's not her place and whatnot. But you know what I'm saying? She's a perfect example of that, man.
Damn right. And these people were put over us to rule over us in the Caribbean, whether it's the Chinese in Jamaica, the Coolies, which is just Chinese or East Indian, wherever they are, right? In Guyana, Suriname, Trinidad. Listen, she's literally saying, listen, load up your guns and shoot them. She's not talking about shoot other Coolie East Indians. She's talking about you. She's talking about the people like us, the Benjamites. You understand? That's who she's talking about. There's already a crime problem and listen, if I'm not mistaken, Trinidad has a higher death toll than Jamaica, which is crazy. And she's saying, yeah, do more killing.
Light
That's
them
what
up.
she's saying. She said, light them up, load up your matic, empty the clip. That's what she's saying. Imagine that. She's not fixing the problem of violence in Trinidad. She's saying, let's do more killing. As long as it's the niggas. You know, they call us they still call you monkey over there. Yeah. Don't think it's just white people who are racist. Again, this is proof that all skin folk ain't kinfolk. The East Indians despise you. It don't matter if you say, well, they're the Caribbean people, they're Douglas, they're Coolie. Listen, this is Nicki Minaj's grandmother. Remind you that next time you listen to Nicki Minaj, keep the Prime Minister of Trinidad in your head. Yeah? She's saying, shoot the niggas. That's what she's saying. Salakia.
And Salakia, if I may add to that, like I'm saying, like when the Bible say, gather together, the nation not desired, you know what I'm saying? Like now you see like who is not desired on the earth. The East Indian don't desire us. African definitely don't desire us. Asians definitely don't desire us. White people definitely don't desire us. You know what I'm saying? Like Arab don't desire us. All of them are against us. So when the Bible says gather together, you nation not desired, it's talking about you so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian, man. Because nobody wants you, man. Nobody cares about you. Nobody, you know what I'm saying, feels some type of sympathy or humanity towards your problem, towards what happened to you. You know what I'm saying? But you know who does? The Most High in Christ does, primarily, and commanding General YAHANNA and the
right.
care about you, man. And this is why we're calling you up, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying, come and gather together, like, you know what I'm saying, like, because you are the one that are not desired. You are the one that are led astray, you know what I'm saying? And what I could add, if I could add as well, don't let no other fake Israelite groups, you know what I'm saying, come and, you know what I'm saying, take you out of your path, man. These are made to be there, you know what I'm saying, for you not to be confused and not do what you properly need to do, man. You know what I'm saying? If it's not the UPK, if it's not the I.S.U.P.K on the commanding general, YAHANNA, it is not of God. It's a lot.
Damn right. A lot. This man is the ultimate. Listen, he's he's the immigrant of the year. It's a lot. This man, he's gonna break down how.
Oh yeah.
yeah. You see this?
God.
As a refugee, which I'm gonna say as a quote unquote refugee, because a lot of them claim they're refugees, they're not.
God.
You could get up to 82 grand a year in Canada for not doing nothing. And that's a fact. That's absolutely a fact. You're gonna see it for yourself. He's gonna break it down for y'all.
You know you can get up to 82,000 Canadian dollars.
So like this accent is killing me. That's the act Trump said. I don't understand. I don't understand.
From Canadian government for doing nothing. Yes, I am talking about refugees. If you become refugee in Canada, they will pay you up to $224 per day. That is $140 for accommodation and around $84 for food, and that too a tax-free. So it means around $82,000 a year. It looks like a paid vacation to me, but it looks like free money to me. And in addition to this, an average Canadian earns up to 63,000 Canadian dollars in a year, and he pays over 20% in taxes. Then if he buys something, he has to pay 15% again. Although refugee has to pay that, and there are a lot other things the Canadian has to suffer. So become a refugee in Canada and get up to $82,000 free for a whole year.
He's happy. He's telling his family, come over as refugees. Just come over and just get 80 grand for not doing nothing. Listen, good night. I think I'm about to go back home and reapply for a citizenship under the refugee status.
Good.
Damn. It's a liar. Imagine that. You know what's the crazy part? It's a lot got one.
No, go ahead.
I said the crazy part is you're only able to come over here as a refugee and get 80 grand a year because of the blood, sweat, and tears of Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. If it wasn't for a genocide committed on Canadian land, you would not be able to come over here as a refugee and make 80 grand a year for just nothing, for just leeching off the government and taxpayer. Listen, I pay for your 80 grand a year. You owe me taxes. Nigga, you owe me back taxes, nigga. The hell wrong with you? I pay taxes. Officer IDR pays taxes. You understand? You owe us money. At this point, good night. Is that where our tax money is going to? And they said they don't have enough money to just to provide clean drinking water to the Native American Indians. They don't have enough money for that. But they have enough money for East Indian scammers. You know, social media talking about, yeah, come over here as a refugee, you make 80 grand a year. You make more than the average Canadian. Good night. It's a lot,
It's a lot, Caprice. I don't know if you remember who Paul Mooney was, the comedian.
Yeah, he looked a bit like a sodomite from Louisiana.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, well, he was still funny though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when his accent came up, I wanted to. In my mind, it was his voice like, "Why you talk like this?" Tick tock 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 tock. Why East Indian like talk like they have like some like hot potatoes in their mouth and shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. But you know what I'm saying? Like, and what I want to add on that is like, I know a lot of Haitian or the Levites, you know what I'm saying, like that came from Haiti. Some of them work with me at my slavery. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't get that type of money. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Latinos also, like, you know what I'm saying, just came. They are refugees and whatnot. They don't get that type of money. So is there something in the legal, you know what I'm saying, in the government or in the legal process that say, well, you know what, these people, these Arabs, these East Indian, these African will get that type of money, but Black Hispanics, right, they're not gonna get that type of money, because the Asian that I'm dealing with that came from Haiti, refugees. You know what I'm saying? The Latinos, the Mexican and what Nicaraguan that you know what I'm saying that I work with, and you know what I'm saying like we have a good relationship. I have a good relationship with. They don't get that $80,000. Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying, if they don't go to work, they don't survive. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So how is it, you know what I'm saying, like these other people, is this something in the government that said, well, you know what, if they come from that country, they don't get it, but if they come from these other countries, they get it. You know what I'm saying? Which will bring, you know what I'm saying, like I'm probably sure, you know what I'm saying, there is, you know what I'm saying, there's a loophole, but which will bring exactly what we were saying earlier, you know what I'm saying, like come together, you know what I'm saying, nation not desire. They get $80,000, you know what I'm saying, a year. Imagine if our people will receive that. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if 2-3 brothers, Asian brothers, you know what I'm saying, like a Caribbean brother received that. You would have seen stores out there, you know what I'm saying? You would have seen some type of business and everything. Meanwhile, you have these East Indians that are taking over like all the Tim Hortons. They're taking over the transportation and, you know what I'm saying, like agencies, like, you know what I'm saying, like big truck agencies and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? They're taking over that. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, our people don't get that type of money. You know what I'm saying? They're looking for work. Some of them in the street, you know what I'm saying, like in my neighborhood, some of them just came up, you know what I'm saying, see me going to the slavery every day. They're like, yo, is there a place at your slavery? Because if I don't get the slavery, you know what I'm saying, I can't eat. You know what I'm saying? I need a slavery right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, is there something in the government? And I'm probably sure there is. And I'm probably sure, you know what I'm saying, like the organization that's over black people, you know what I'm saying, watch out for black people should look into that, or the UPK, you know what I'm saying, we will look into that. You know what I'm saying? We'll bring it out. So like
there absolutely is. I'm gonna tell you there absolutely is, because these people, the East Indians and the Chinese, are the #1 illegal immigrants in Canada. They're not the #1 being deported though. The Jamaicans are, the Haitians, the Latinos. So there is a loophole somewhere. Something is not adding up. How these people, #1 illegal immigrant, get to come over here as refugees and get 82 grand a year because I'm a slave, because Officer IDR is a slave. They're basically getting slave money.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And for what? Then they open up shop in our neighborhoods, sell us cigarettes, you know, call you all types of niggas, whatever the case is, tell you to go back to your country. And they have the, imagine that, they have the audacity to tell you go back to your country. They come over here as refugee leeches. That's literally it. Imagine that. Again, no, as a matter of fact,
the answer, like every black man should say, you know what I'm saying, like when these, like especially Elamites come and tell you go back to your country, go play with your cow shit.
Yeah. Go roll up the
we ain't got no cows over here like that. So,
nah, listen, there's a reason they're taking over. They want to take over Canada because of all the farm animals we got over here. Got a lot of farm animals over here. The cows are not safe. Yeah, good night. The cows are not safe.
I want to add that as well, because you know what I'm saying, I understand like a lot of East Indian are in the mounted police of Canada. Some white men, I know Canada Exposed on Instagram, because they were talking about East Indian. You know what I'm saying, they got called by the government and whatnot. You know what I'm saying, and whatnot, trying to be prosecuted. They're trying to prosecute them, but you can't do that with us because we are actually the victim. You know what I mean? We're not the oppressor. You know, we are the victim. We pay, and not only, you know what I'm saying, Canada is not paying us reparation. And imagine that, like, to come back to the subject of reparation, they're not giving us reparation for what, you know what I'm saying, like Canada has been involved in slavery and everything, oppression, destroying at 80 right now. Canada is involved in that as well. You know what I'm saying? But yet we don't get $80,000 a year. We got to go to work and still get oppressed, still get, you know what I'm saying, called niggas at work, still, you know what I'm saying, like, well, if you can do it, you know what I'm saying, like, leave, if you can, you know what I'm saying, like, and whatnot, go back to your country. We still got to go through these things. Then people get $80,000 a year when we are the one oppressed and still pay taxes. So, you know what I'm saying, not only we oppressed, we pay taxes for them to be living good. You know what I'm saying? Why they don't want to pay us reparation.
As a matter of fact, the government of Quebec had a program to reunite families from Venezuela, from Colombia, and from Haiti. They stopped that program in what, like 2-3 years ago. So now you cannot you come here as a refugee, you cannot bring your family and reunite together in Montreal or anywhere in Quebec if you're from Haiti, Venezuela, or Colombia anymore. But they get to do that.
God.
I'm pretty sure they apply for free. Let's see, we have to pay a fee.
God.
You understand? They're passengers. What is what African? Some Africans say, yeah, they came over here by boat. We came by plane. They're cargo. We're passengers. That's what the Africans said. The East Indians is the same. You understand? This man's so happy to just show you the glitch in the government. You think the government don't see this? They know what's going on. So, like, let's move on to the next one. We have a couple more clips.
Black women don't have standards for zaddy. They got standards for black men, but they don't have none. None of that astronomical, super duper expectations, crazy stuff. They don't have that for zaddy. They have it for you, black men. You got to jump through hoops. See, black women will tell black men that I'm not going to settle. So her standards are non-negotiable. They go completely out the window when a white man come along. What standards? He could be anybody. He could be a bum. He could do anything. He could be anything. He could be nothing. And she'll go for it. She'll go for it. She'll pick me for him. That's why she got all them standards for you. You're not a man to begin with to the modern hyena. You are a slave to them. Remember, they overseers that identify with zaddy. So you're a slave. So you as black men got to prove that you can come out of slave status to get to her level or above. Ain't that right, hyenas? Black men got to prove that he can get out of slave status to be on your level or above. But the reality is, in your mind, the only one above you is master. And black men will never be William Cartwright. Black men got to spend a ton of money. They got to be fine. He got to be fine. Okay? Not a little cute. He got to be so fine that you somewhere about to jump out your drawers. But he got to be entertaining.
All right, we get the point. Her voice is annoying. Salaki. She's speaking facts, though. This is the sad reality that she's speaking facts that a lot of us sisters, when it comes to dealing with a brother, there's a list of standards. Listen, I seen a sister talking about the 666. He must be 6 feet tall. He must have a six-pack, and he must make 6 figures. That's what they say. They call it the 666. Imagine that, the number of the beast. But really, when it comes down to it, a lot of sisters, listen, we played it last week, right? The whore was trying to tell the sister, why would you rather be with a black man in the forest than the grizzly bear? I said, the hell with the grizzly bear. Be under a black man and be protected. You're going to end up in a body bag if you deal with a white man. It happened a couple of years ago. This man went to Colombia, got a girlfriend from Tinder. Her family like, well, where is she gone at? They found her chopped up in pieces in his suitcase. Good night. It's like you don't want to be protected. And to be like, well, black men ain't shit. Listen, black men will say the same thing. These sisters ain't shit. Guess what? We are a destroyed people. We need to build each other back up. That's the problem. Y'all both in hell talking about, well, each other ain't shit. Y'all don't want to fix. Listen, this is the perfect proof that you're running from the problem. You're not trying to find the solution. Black men ain't shit, and y'all saying, well, the black woman ain't shit. So that's why y'all go for white women. Because this is not just that what she's saying, right? It could be applied to men as well, because men are saying the same thing. Well, I don't want a sister like that, because she's too loudmouth and whatever the case is, she ratchet. Listen, she destroyed just like you are. You think it's gonna be better for the black woman? If you go with a white woman, if you go with a milk magnesia, you go with a snow roach. What happened? A brother went with a white woman. You know what she said? She shot him in the head. Talking about, well, it was an accident. It was cleaning the shotgun. The police like, we don't believe you. It was Lamar Odom became a crackhead. Damn. This is what's gonna happen to you. You're not supposed to be marrying other nations. You're not. Ain't no better woman than a black woman, than a Latina, than a native. Ain't no better. You know how I know? Because they don't have a culture of rolling in shit. That's how I know. because they season their food. There's no love like the love of a black woman. You understand? It's a lot, y'all.
God, you know what I'm saying? What you're saying is powerful, like, you know what I'm saying? And I just want to add one comment, like when you say like the milk of magnesia, you know what I'm saying? For people that don't know, milk of magnesia give you diarrhea.
Yeah.
So
but what that nigga in the movie, he was looking at the things like, yo, shit. Now he's looking like the milk of magnesia. Let me see if I can find the clip.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, like what Barakal is saying, you know what I'm saying, is powerful. You know what I'm saying? There's no other woman on the face of the earth that is better than so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian. Especially when she has a right mind. You know what I'm saying? The Bible tells you, I'm paraphrasing, a mind well instructed, talking about a woman, is, you know what I'm saying, a gift of the Lord. A woman that knows how to be a woman, a woman that understands her position, a woman that understands like who is a man, like, you know what I'm saying, we come from royalty, and I got my position, he got his position. It's something beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like one thing that we don't understand as a people that is in the Bible as well for you Christian, you know what I'm saying, like, is that the fact that if you want to destroy a household, you got to destroy the man first. Right. It doesn't say, you know what I'm saying, like if you got to destroy the house or you got to destroy the woman, you got to destroy the man. And if you destroy the man, then you could get into the woman. And that's what happened to us as a people. Yesterday, Sanetta had a platform, you know what I'm saying, a live yesterday. Captain Tazariak was in there for a while. You know what I'm saying? Tommy Sotomayor was in there. You know what I'm saying? Then you had the other people. There was an old woman, like I forgot her name, but in the name was Wise something, you know what I'm saying? Something Wise, you know what I'm saying? The old sister, you know what I'm saying? And the old sister was like, you know what I'm saying, showing all the signs of what, you know what I'm saying, like of the destruction of a Black woman. You know what I'm saying? She was telling woman, you know what I'm saying, she said she was telling, not telling the young woman, but she was telling, you know what I'm saying, our sister to be like, you know what? It's a burden to be with a Black man. You know what I'm saying? It's a burden to be a Black man. You know what I'm saying? It's better if you have a, you know what I'm saying, like a sister circle. And if you need a man to like fix your car, then you could call him up, you know what I'm saying, to fix your car. Like we are slaves. And this is one thing that y'all women don't understand. The mentality that is in your mind is looking at Black men like they are slaves, not like they are your pet partners, not like they, you know what I'm saying, right, they are with you struggling. You know what I'm saying? You look at them as slave, and in your mind, you will push and go, you know what I'm saying, with a white man. You won't do exactly, you know what I'm saying, what you're supposed to do for a Black man, but you will do it for a white man. And this is why when you go to work, to your slavery, and the white, you know what I'm saying, the white, you know what I'm saying, CEO or manager tell you something, yes, sir, I will do this, sir. You know what I'm saying? This is why, you know what I'm saying, like you press your way to do exactly what he asks you, but when you come home, he's a burden. You know what I'm saying? I make the money. He's a burden. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying, like be submissive to him. He's a burden to me. Meanwhile, you're gonna go with that, you know what I'm saying, with that oppressor. You know what I'm saying? And he takes away your life. Then you will realize, like, you know what I'm saying, like what the Bible says, you know what I'm saying, about the oppressor. And one thing that's gonna happen that is sad, a lot, you know what I'm saying, like, and these things gonna happen more often. You're gonna see like the devil flip, you know what I'm saying, white people, you know what I'm saying, being in the real mind state. So I feel sorry for you if you have a white guy in your life, because the spirit might come over him and he just kills you or rape your children and rape you in front of your children. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's gonna happen. These are things that's happening. Like the Bible says, you know what I'm saying, in these last days, you know what I'm saying, the men of sin shall be revealed. You are about to see exactly who white people are for, you know what I'm saying, for who they really are. You think they were, you know what I'm saying, God. You think they were Jesus. You think they were, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, like your savior. Meanwhile, that Black man is your savior. That Black man is the reflection of Christ. That Black man is the reflection of God himself. You understand? Well, you wanna oppressor, you might have to pay for it. Your children might have to pay for it. Hey, Lord be with you. So like,
and you know what say about what Officer Adi just said? The proof is the Israelis are over there successfully protesting to rape Palestinians. Imagine that. They're protesting to be sexual deviants successfully. Hey, Lord be with y'all. To fix the black woman, we need to fix the black man first, and this clip is proof of it.
Name and age.
Brian Whitlow, 35.
Why did you pop?
Girl, first of all, you cute. Second of all, you crazy back there. It's a lot. I love a little stomach, but put the stomach up. Is you or ain't you? What's going on? You came out here, girl. I see you. Okay. But put it up, please. Thank you. Your shirt a little wrinkly too. Put a little iron on that. You know what I mean? You did not. But it's cool though. You're a nice looking lady though. Thank you.
Yeah, come back to the point. To fix the black woman, need to fix the black man. This nigga looks like this nigga sounded like a woman. How did he? How did he say it? Listen, I believe Commander YAHANNA. He said the pop the balloon shit is the CIA. You heard this nigga? Did you hear how he responded to that woman? What did he say again?
Okay. All right. So let's see your type. Why not?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Name and age.
Brian Whitlow, 35.
Why did you pop?
Girl.
Damn. Nigga, grow some balls. Good night. Good night. This is crazy. I don't give a damn. Any man responding the way he responded, you start a sentence like this, you are absolutely a homosexual. There's no denying it. This is you say you like the stomach. Tell you like I don't. Good night. He complimented her the way he did, like that was her gay friend. Damn. See, if you say if you're running away from these black men, I understand. I absolutely understand. That doesn't mean go for a white man though. That means come in the UPK, go for a priest. Because outside the listen, if you're not in UPK, I absolutely believe that you're gay. Or you get impaired, which is the same thing. I like it.
It's like, and what one thing about black women nowadays, they feel more close to brothers that are like that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having a strong brother in your life, you feel more close to a brother, you know what I'm saying, that is effeminate. You feel more close because that you grew up with that. That was your brother. That was, you know what I'm saying, that's how your mother raised up your brother to be, you know what I'm saying, like soft and effeminate. You know what I'm saying? This is why, you know what I'm saying, this is why she was giggling, you know what I'm saying? She didn't, even though he was dissing her, you know what I'm saying, at the same time, she didn't feel offended by it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's in the clip. You know what I'm saying? Afterward, you know what I'm saying, when they ask you, you know what I'm saying, what you think about him? He's all right. He's all right. Because she don't feel offended, even though he was dissing her in a way, in a gay way. You know what I'm saying? Because this
in a gay way.
Because this is what, you know what I'm saying, like women feel familiar to, like you want somebody to be exactly like you. And this is why it's important, you know what I'm saying, like even like when to women that have like sons. Sometimes a woman will have a son and she feel like, you know what I'm saying, the son got to be like her. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying, you got to assimilate with you, you know what I'm saying? Nah, let that man be a man, you know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be warriors as a people, man. You're supposed to be like, you know what I'm saying, your little boy is supposed to be a warrior. He's not supposed to be soft and effeminate, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it could be, you know what I'm saying, like, I want to say romantic, but it could be, you know what I'm saying, lovely to you, you know what I'm saying, lovely, like Solomon, you know what I'm saying, like wrote poem for his sisters, and he knew how to spit the game, right. You know what I'm saying, he has to be, you know what I'm saying, yes, you have that, you know what I'm saying, that language for you, you know what I'm saying, like, it's okay, you know what I'm saying, but, you know what I'm saying, its attitude should not be effeminate, you know what I'm saying, you relate to it, because that type of man is what your mother taught you, you know what I'm saying, what men should be like, you know what I'm saying, there's no like, you know what I'm saying, like, what you how should I say? There's no like, you know what I'm saying, like drama we could say with the government or hate, know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be a peaceful relationship in your mind because he's just like me. He has that feminine, you know what I'm saying, like a feminine side of him. You know what I'm saying? Which is part of the Egyptian culture also for men to have the Egyptian side, you know what I'm saying, and to be soft and to be like woman. Like she will be happy, you know what I'm saying, if that guy, you know what I'm saying, one day they do like a, you know how they do the switching, you know what I'm saying, clothes and shit. She wouldn't mind doing the switching clothes with, you know what I'm saying, with that brother. You know what I'm saying? Like he wear the dress and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you already seen that, you know what I'm saying, like online. You know what I'm saying? Like where they take the picture, you know what I'm saying, and the guy's wearing the dress and she wearing the pants. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? She wouldn't mind doing that with that brother. And that brother looked like a type of brother that will do that. It's like
yeah, the stupid challenge they were doing.
Yeah, come.
Yeah, social media challenge. Yeah. If you do the social media challenge where you're in front of the mirror with your thing, yeah, and the lights turn off and you switch clothes, you're a homosexual. It's not funny. You know, you wear a dress, you're a homosexual. All these niggas down in Louisiana wearing red dresses for what? For I don't even know what for. Apparently for charity. You know, listen, if you're gay for money, you're just gay. Good night.
To be like
yeah, you just wanted an excuse to wear a dress. Yeah, that's it. You found your excuse to wear a dress. That's it. You're just gay. Just stop looking for excuses. Shout out to the sisters. Shalom Yawashma, Tabashim Yawashai. You know. But even when you look at this man's mannerism, he's shaking his head like a goddamn chicken. Listen. You look at his mannerism, his body language. You're a homo. Like, listen, you're a homosexual. That's it. He's like you could have just tell the thing, yo, listen. I like he said I like the way you look. I like the stomach, but what he say? He said, girl, you killed it. Yeah. Damn, nigga. Honestly, she even I don't know. She first of all she has dreads. You know. And then I mean, listen, good night. Listen, if you like the stomach out, good night. You say you got the stomach, girl. What do you say? Let's play this shit again.
What's going on? You came out here cooking, girl. I see you. Okay. But put it up.
Yes, good night. Listen, come to the UPK. Get you a manly man. This nigga said, put it up.
Salakia, I see this brother like I said in IUIC.
IUIC
IUIC product. God, that's IUIC product right there.
Yeah,
that's you in the IUIC. You look exactly like that brother.
Put it up. you shaking your head like a goddamn chicken. Good night. Yeah, the next one. We have a couple more, and then we gotta end it. That's crazy. Oh shit. So apparently, a medieval disease that once killed a third of Europe, found in U.S. California resident, test positive for the plague. What plague? This is the Black Plague. For those who don't know. Amazing. The Lord is listen. The Lord is not playing with y'all. The Lord brought the plague. They brought back the Black Plague. I wouldn't be surprised if there's an outbreak of anthrax somewhere in Africa. Anthrax, by the way, you can't get rid of that. You bleed from your eyes and everything. It's somewhere underground in Africa. You could dig it up by accident, and you can't really stop the plague. You have to kill everyone who's infected, literally. There's zombies, there's zombie rabbits, there's zombie squirrels. You know, shout out to the insider. Shout out to my news reporter. Give me all the secret scoops, right? The zombie squirrels, the Black Plague. Good night. Imagine that. I think that was where he got that from, a lake.
God.
Out of all things, listen, you could go into a freshwater lake and get a parasitic infection because of freshwater snails. You know, you could have caught a fish You could have caught an unlawful fish and got some worms. You got the Black Plague. Yeah, what it said, Galatians 6 and 7, I think. The Lord is not mocked. He will mock you. Yeah, the Lord is, he's the one got the last laugh. And these plagues are not slack. Salak Yahoo.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the time, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to realize the Bible is real. And this is like just a start. I remember a couple classes, like a few years ago, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've been talking about in classes, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you about to see, like, plagues from the past coming back. Even Commander General said, you know what I'm saying? Like, you about to see, like, plagues from the past coming back. And even when the Bible said, like, the plagues of Egypt shall come on the earth again, you know what I'm saying? You thought, you know what I'm saying, like, this was a myth. This was, you know what I'm saying, like a false. You're about to realize that this Bible is the only book that you should have in your hand and follow, like, you know what I'm saying, as a principle, as a guide in your life. Not no, you know what I'm saying, like a third eye, you know what I'm saying, third eye book, you know what I'm saying, chakra book, you know what I'm saying, like none of these nonsense, like, you know what I'm saying, like this Bible tells you about life. This Bible tells you about what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And you thought, you know what I'm saying, we were crazy because we say it was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? But it is happening right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to, just like you said, you know what I'm saying, like it doesn't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to kill the people that are infested by it. And even in the recently, you know what I'm saying, they say like there's a disease that come like, you know what I'm saying, like a brain-eating disease in the water as well. That once you go to swim, it goes in your nose, you know what I'm saying, and start eating up your brain. Well, it's in the water that you're drinking in the U.S. So a lot of places in the U.S., that bacteria is in the water in the sink that you drink. So, you understand? Y'all about to be, you know what I'm saying, up for a rude awakening. And the only way that you could, you know what I'm saying, like have like some type of safety, some type, you know what I'm saying, like a, you know what I'm saying, like mercy, is if you do, you know what I'm saying, like what God says to do. And the only place that does it perfectly is in the I.S.U.P.K. You know what I'm saying? We understand, like, especially in Canada, you feel at ease. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel at ease in Canada. You feel at ease in Montreal. You don't want to be in the UPK because we're too radical. We're too strong. We too, you know what I'm saying? We're too raw. You know what I'm saying? We raw. We lying. But it's going to come a time, you know what I'm saying, where you realize that, well, I should have been in the UPK because I could have saved my life. I could have saved my daughter's life, my son's life, my, you know what I'm saying, my wife's life, my father's, my, you know what I'm saying, my mother's life. It's about time you realize this. It's about time you realize when we say like we got to separate from these other nations and do what we got to do, you will exactly be like, well, you know what? I should have been in the UPK. What are you waiting for? It's up to you. It's a lot.
Damn right. The Bible says itself, Psalms 18 and 30, as for God, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is tried. He is a buckler to all those that trust in him. A buckler is a shield. Y'all go watch the movie 300. That's a buckler. That's a shield. That's there to protect you. You understand? Listen, it's as simple as drinking tap water. You're gonna drink tap water. You're gonna probably catch something worse than the plague. Something worse than the flesh-eating, brain-eating disease that I was speaking about. Just as you won't even be able to be safe drinking water. Why? Because it's like to smoke a cigarette.
Okay.
Just you got something worse than the monkeypox coming. Something worse than COVID. There's like 10 new viruses right now. Just wait for the outbreaks, for the worldwide outbreak like COVID. That's all they're waiting for. And it's coming. Why? Because the Bible said it.
Yeah.
Yes, and those ancient plagues of Egypt, there's the black, imagine that, the Black Plague. Good night. Out of all diseases, the Black Plague, damn. And for all you, especially in the south of the US, right, eating rodents and things, y'all gonna have to stop eating rodents. Listen, look at this shit. Zombie squirrels covered in oozing warts spotted across Canada in the US. I'm seeing one of these. I'm using a slingshot. I'm taking, listen, I might let it live just so that some white people eat it.
Yeah.
And this is how it proves you need to separate from Caucasians. Why? Because white people like to eat squirrel. It's a delicacy. White people eat squirrel. You think they're gonna wait to make sure the squirrel doesn't have no warts or whatever? Listen, they might shoot the squirrel, pluck the warts off of it. You know how the white man is. The white man eats roadkill. He'll take away. He'll snatch away a squirrel from the census and he'll eat it. He'll put it on the barbecue. He tell you this is the shish kebab. And for those who like to eat rabbits, especially in France and Europe, listen, the rabbits is no different. At the end of the day, these are unlawful. You're gonna have to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High if you want to be under His protection. Because this is what good. Nobody even knows what that is. They call this zombie rabbits. They don't even know what that is. It just grows out the rabbit's face, and it's not Photoshop. It's just shocking. Like, damn, what is this? Good night.
And if I may add, priest, like, and this is why the Bible said we got to be on, the superpower in the world. You give the white man the superpower of the world. Look at what happened to the animals.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look at what happened to the animals. Even the animals are not safe. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, we know exactly, you know what I'm saying, like how to take care of this earth because it is given in the Bible, man.
Damn right. But let's move on to the last one, right? This is in Windsor. Officer Shire 1, they need you desperately in Windsor. 2 men in Canada stole 220,000 worth of boneless beef chuck roast. The famine is coming. Listen, they ain't playing. They're getting ready for a food shortage to the extreme. They stole 200K worth of beef chuck roast. The boneless one too. Good night. What? Listen, when was it in Canada again? We had a gold heist. We had a maple syrup heist. Now there's a beef heist. Good night. They're getting ready. Listen, you know what's funny? Not only will affect both Canada and the U.S. because a lot of beef in the U.S. comes from Canada.
Right.
Listen, y'all about to see beef. Y'all about to see boneless beef chuck roast being sold on Facebook Marketplace on the dark web. Just know this. On Craigslist, fresh boneless beef chuck roast. They're gonna sell half of it, and they're gonna keep the half for themselves. They're gonna put it in a deep freezer, get ready for the food shortages. And guess what? It's still gonna go bad because God hates you. It's a lot here.
And there's a video I was watching yesterday where, you know what I'm saying, they were saying like, well, Donald Trump promised, you know what I'm saying, like grocery will be less expensive and whatnot. And when the people that was making the video, they were showing like how beef is one of the product that is going more expensive now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying, like, and imagine the most of the thing that we eat is beef. You know what I'm saying, apart from chicken, you know what I'm saying, like, and whatnot. But beef is one of the main products, you know what I'm saying, barbecue, you know what I'm saying, barbecue, burgers, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot. We eat beef a lot as a nation. And like you say, like, you know what I'm saying, Canada is sending those beef, you know what I'm saying, that meat, you know what I'm saying, in the US. But when the shortage come, you know what I'm saying, like, what are you really going to eat? Especially like, you know what I'm saying, like, there's like a virus on the chicken. What are you going to eat? God. How are you going to survive, man? You know what I'm saying? And this is why
about that last week.
God, and this is why gathering together is the main thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think it's out of nowhere they ban us from they tell us to get out the library when they're not supposed to do so? Nah, it's because they don't want you to wake up, man. They don't want you to realize that we gotta, you know what I'm saying, separate from these other nations. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying, like the prime minister that you have today, he's not here, you know what I'm saying, to help Canada. He's here to Trump to bankrupt Canada. The rich get richer and whatnot, and you become like subservient, you know what I'm saying, like really a slave, you know what I'm saying, of the you know what I'm saying, like in the end under them. That's what they're there for, you know what I'm saying? They're not there to help you or make Canada better, whatnot, you know what I'm saying? But Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian, if you think that following the government, voting is your choice, you know what I'm saying, is your salvation, you know what I'm saying, you're about to realize, you know what I'm saying, like you're about to fall. You're about to be even more destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Your state is going to be even worse. The only solution that we have as a people is to gather together. And then, you know what will happen? We'll put together and buy a farm. We'll buy a farm. We'll buy many farms. You know what I'm saying? We already have that inside of us. You know what I'm saying? We'll farm, we have beef, we have that, and we will sustain our community. We will help the Native Indian. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something, one of my dreams, you know what I'm saying, that I have in mind, right? Let's say God blesses us with some shekels, you know what I'm saying, some dollars. We go to the native Indian and we like, you know, saying, can we buy a land from you? Instead of just buying land from the oppressor, can we buy a land from you? And we understand that God, you know, saying that the oppressor gave them like the most less fertile land. God will make it fertile, so we could, you understand, bless one another and help one another. You know what I'm saying? God will make sure that land, you know what I'm saying, like have ingredients so we could flourish as a people, man. You know what I'm saying? This is what we got to do, but we won't do it if we don't gather together in righteousness. So, like, go ahead.
So, like, guess what? On our farm, there's not one beef that is gonna go missing at the hands of the white man. You understand? And just to show you that how you're gonna trust in the white man to provide for you, whatever the case is, this man stole $200,000 worth of boneless beef chuck rolls. He don't give a damn about you. He don't give a damn if you starve. Clearly, he's taking all the beef for himself. You understand? And with that, we're gonna end it right here. There's another successful episode of One West Ground Zero Radio podcast with Up to 1000 Adiyar, myself, also 500 Baraki Allah. Tune in later for the history class on I.S.U.P.K Montreal, I.S.U.P.K Toronto, I.T.U.P.K Puranata podcast. We're gonna go for part 2 of Montreal Black Ben. And no, I didn't forget. We're about to make our own black-owned Canadian whiskey. Well, you understand? We're gonna say, what was the name of the brother again? We have our own uncle nearest in Canada. Nobody knew about that because they don't teach black history in Canada. You understand? We're gonna call it the CJ. Yeah, y'all remember it? You're gonna call it the CJ, the Black Canadian whiskey. With that, again, Israel to everybody who tuned in. We'll be back next Sunday for the 12th episode of the podcast. With that said, Shalom Yabashan Sharakatam to all the brothers, Yahweh Shemala Tanbash, and Yahweh Shai to all the sisters.
Warning. Say this from me heart on a rum chat. Here we contact, get your gunshot. Make the sun dark and the ground black. We plant calm but I never agriculture. I know the eagle in the tongue, the vehicle when young people that are the vulture. Said them evil never the vulture. They could have run pan diesel that a people away the blood clot. Do some gun back. Away the blood clot. Do some gun back. Easy we could have speech in a the Honda. Sleepy gunshot beat him in a slumber. Greedy fi make them dopey a the younger. Glad say me not pre when me the younger. That no mean say no pussy can try. Pussy try run up and give with them life. Can't see penalty give with 3 points. This one West boy you must see one die. Away the blood clot. Do some gun back. Away the blood clot. Do some gun back. Don't stop war with we. You will see, you'll see. My dark them are real. Better agree. Don't stop war with we. You will see, you'll see. My dark them are real. Better agree.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please
Go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to.